Welcome to another city tours. This is Ragemore and I'm at the city of Aversa. I'm here with McLean B, who's the Baron of this town, and he's going to go ahead and give us a tour. Now during this video I tried to record it so that he could give us a tour and we could listen into what he wanted to tell us, but the sound didn't come out quite right, so I had to go ahead and re-record, and I'll just kind of try to explain things as I go. So over to the right hand side we had just a little house with a melon farm, and that's the dock area. And he's going to go ahead and take us down a nice gravel road here. And we're going to take a look at this town of Aversa. I'll go ahead and post the texture pack in the notes of in the comments for the video. Here we're seeing the first tower he created. It's a nice tower there. I think at this point he had assumed that I'd been here before, so he didn't take us up into that tower, but I just kind of kept following a little bit here. So this is a town that's kind of laid out so that he's kind of created everything. There's not as many people living here like you'll see in a lot of the other city tours where you're selling plots of land. He's kind of got it set out kind of the way he envisions a keep in a village that is surrounding it. So the first thing he's going to show me here is this blacksmith area that he created. It's a nice structure here of wood and cobble, and then the different materials and an anvil. It does have a couple of stories. It's a nice shape to it. If you're checking out Aversa, it's something that you might want to look at. This is a little Aversa shop in case you want to sell something. And then he's showing me the kind of the fishing farm or the fishing village that sits out on this bay. And I know he plans to keep creating kind of more and more of these little places to surround the keep. Now, he is the Baron of this town, or actually, you'll probably, if you're on the World of Eldin server, you'll see him as a Duke. He's one of our admins, but everything here was mined and crafted. Nothing here was spawned or done in creative. He's bringing me over to this really nice mill that has a water wheel attached, one of the real highlights of the town, and I know he's really proud of it, and it looks really good. So we're taking a look at the water wheel here, and he's going to take us across this little water area so we can get a little bit better look. Now, we do kind of tour his city during the nighttime, so it is a little bit darker, but he's got it lit up pretty well, and we should be able to see pretty much anything we need here. So here's a good look at the water wheel and the mill. Very nicely done. He put a lot of good work into that, and it's an impressive building. We get a little bit of shot of the castle there, and that's where he's going to kind of take us next, I believe. If you are visiting, his knight, I believe, is Spartan Boy, and he's one of the admins that helps out a lot with doing a lot of land protection and stuff. So a lot of the players on the World of Eldin server know him pretty well. So here we're seeing the first part of the keep, and we're seeing a nether brick and stone brick combination here, and I really do like the colors of the dark red and the gray. I think that worked out really well. He's showing us the lower level that goes around the kind of the entire keep here, so you get a good view of kind of a castle that's up on a hill. A lot of times this is kind of similar to like a Motte and Bailey style, although a lot of times with the Motte and Baileys, the Bailey itself was around a kind of a man-made hill or a motte. But in this case, he wanted to use the terrain instead of trying to build it up. He just chose a piece of land so that he could work around it. I think he did a really good job there. Here we're seeing some more farm area and some more industrial kind of farming with inside the keep. More balcony areas around the outside. We're getting kind of different shots of the castle here, kind of the front, the side, and the back. It's got a lot of glowstone, so it's nicely lit. He's just giving us a good look at the whole grounds before we go into the castle area. We've got another little tower here, and then he's going to show us the church. Or I believe he, yeah, I think it was a church. I don't think he called it a cathedral. It's not as big as a cathedral. But here we go into here, and I like the use of the blue here to really accent the rest of what the walls were, which were the gray and the red from the nether brick. We have a lift up, which brings us up to the dragon perch. So if you were going to come to Aversa, you can either go overland and just run it, or you could use dragon travel. There is not currently a portal yet, but that is something he, I assume, will eventually put in. And again, I didn't see a lot like areas marked out for purchasing of land, and I think that's because he's trying to control a little bit about, you know, the whole look of the area. He brought us down to where the crypt is, and this is what serves as the graveyard. So if you happen to die out here near Aversa, this is the area that you would come back to. Excuse me for my cough there. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the castle. This is his idea of a keep. And really, castle is probably not the right word. This is, you would expect a little bit bigger structure for that. He hasn't done the interiors yet. He's still working on those, but he's been working on, you know, the actual structure itself, the walls, the different levels. He's done a really good job and put in a lot of work. He hasn't spent too many days on this, so he's put a lot of work in a short amount of time. Again, just showing us the upper level, the different rooms he's going to have. Kind of goes up and up. Got some floors in at this point, but no furniture yet. He does plan to put in stuff on the interior. We can see the flags, which are the red and white. The white flag with a red pale. I really like how this ceiling turned out in the top of this tower. This is one of the 4 towers, and you can kind of see out each of the windows to get a good look at the surrounding area. That's a really good view of the castle, or the church there. The monastery. Actually, you might have called that a monastery. Good look at the front gate. A little bit of the first tower we saw when we came in from the dock. I take the quick way down because he wants to show us an overview of the city kind of from a high up hill. It gives it a good angle. So here we just kind of run back along the pathway. We're going to climb a hill here that's kind of next to the town. He spaced out the different, you know, trees and the walkways to make it not feel so claustrophobic and kind of spread out, which is, I think, is really nice. Sorry for about how dark it is here, where it's kind of nighttime, but this will look pretty good from up on top of the mountain. Just bear with us as we climb this quick hill. So this should be a good view of the entire town. So well within the theme of what he was looking for, he's on has a great start to it. I'm sure he'll add more. Over the left-hand side is another little farm area that we didn't quite tour, but it's similar to the one that's down near the bay. But I want to say thank you for joining us for the tour of Aversa. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and talk with McLean B13. Thank you for joining.